Those are both very good questions. So I'll respond to the first, and then I'll pause so you can translate, and then I'll respond to the second. But thank you for submitting those questions. So on the first about whether this information could be submitted as evidence before various courts, the ICC, the International Criminal Court, or the International Court of Justice, there are many ways for people to share evidence or to share information with the various courts or in different, the Office of the Prosecutor of the ICC and other relevant bodies. There are, for our purposes, we wanted to make sure that we were collecting information to educate the broader public about what is happening. There are so many other groups that are collecting evidence, and we wanted to make sure that we were collecting information for these storytelling and educational purposes. So information can be collected from many other people and is already being done so, that can be submitted for those more formal processes. We think that the kind of work that we are doing at the museum can help further the efforts to promote justice and accountability, perhaps not by using the specific information that is in this exhibit, but by building a broader consensus for the need for justice and accountability for the genocide.
Thank you. So, Robi bhai, shukriya tumhare question kusar guriya shada talla. Tumhar question duniyan bishi bala question. Polar question hoye de tarar to asade information inore evidence safe ore protocol mare dikhari bahut dibone no di bahut diya. Museum or maksus hoye de public ore educate kori bolla. Educate kori baade justice effort colore justice Allah ham gore dein mare aro bol di bolla tarar maksud atalla boli tara exhibit ibare olok aro je ase exhibit bekunore tara educational purpose lovely kore de tara to formal in the la protocol mare submit na gore in the la formal submit gore de evidence collect gore de organization okol manush okol beshi ase तो तारा ये forum मारे submit करिबो खाली museum और in the exhibitions in और बाबते कियो ये होले in the la gore de manush in all inor a photo color लोग noile ki hode in the la suffering gore de Rohingya color kani color o ये दिन bekunore manche bash manche sinia le in the lagorad de taratu aro bolai bade effort yan aro doro oyaibo hoyore asha goriore kori saide.
Just to address the second question, which is very good. So that was a question about confidentiality and privacy of the people who shared their stories with us. I should note that Greg Constantine, he's the curator of this exhibit. He traveled to the camps in Bangladesh and worked with the people whose stories are told over many months, over a year, and I spoke with them at length about their experiences and made sure that they knew at every step of the way what the museum was doing, how the photographs, how the stories were going to be used, and making sure that they fully consented to having information shared in that way. So we made sure that, we did not, take pictures of people without their consent or knowledge. We made sure that people were actively involved in the process and that they wanted to be a part of the story. Similarly, you'll notice as you go through the exhibition, this is a story of genocide, which is horribly violent. We were careful to show, images and stories of people as they would like to be remembered. So people shared photographs of their loved ones who were killed. Those photographs are people, as they would want to be remembered and as how people remember their family members. So we wanted to make sure that we were respecting people's wishes and reflecting the dignity of everybody's experience and everybody's life. We didn't want to show people in a way that was very violent or degrading to them, even though this is a story about such extreme violence. We wanted to make sure that we were reflecting the the way that people wanted to be represented in this exhibition. So thank you for those important questions.
Our second question of Bishi Zoruria question. Yeah, Bavata Hoto Sile, our exhibition Siva create good jade, Manushiva Namude Gre Constantine, Manushiva ye, Camo Mare Zayore, exhibit inomare Asede Manushin Bekunoloi, Bosoror Ore, Fotidin Talukat Gori. Information Tara de share gore de Tara Hotak colore Hondela Tongori Bohodian, Hondela Stamal Gori Bohodian. Bade Tarar photo colorio Stamal Goribola Tarar Izazot Loibade Ateze Akanakan Taratu Fusar Gori Bade Tara Manush Eras de Manush Bekunore Tete Chacha inform Gori Bade process Iva Uyeshiri. Ara you buzi Ara Manshor ki Ezazot no fayore Ara in the Laham no Gorium Gorina Paribono. Toy Yanum Mare, Toy Ahon Ere Asa the photo called Bekunor, Photo Mare Asa the Manush Bekunor is Azota Fayi, Tarario Tarar 6 Sanda Ilia, Tara Inore Share Gujede, Arare Hoi Bade, Tara the Botu Gori Bade, Inore Ara Share Gurite, Arakanol de Arhudun, Taratu loss of you, Tarar Quino color, photo call, Taratu Marahai de Mashur Tarar family member of color. Photo color hodune diye de ase ino ara taratu hondela taratu fura yude tarar family member color hondela remember gutomo hor hodde ya nore ara buzi bade taratu zindala ara re photo inore istemal gutto ezazot diye istemal gutto tarar monsha ase indela guri ara ere ki hode istemal gujji de exhibit ibam mare.
Well, thank you for the question. We don't have staff members working in Myanmar, in Burma, but we are quite focused on what is happening, specifically to the Rohingya, but other ethnic groups who are under attack. We have done a number of reports, for example, which are available on our website, in addition to this particular exhibition. We have done some public events. We have done some outreach to various governments to call greater attention to what is happening. And we work closely with people who are civil society leaders and other activists within the country to make sure that we are reflecting the needs and demands of people within Myanmar and within Bangladesh as well.
Tuan swallow la bishishu Korea, the Tuan swallow is what the silent. Aratu Holocaust Memorial Museum to former Butare staff night, Hali, Ara Bishi, focus Korea, Wangarore Baki, Solar Hot Day and Ara Sai, the Bade Aro, Homocolore Hondela, Solar Hot Day, Yanore Ara, Bishi focus Kuri Sai. Toy Bade Ara Butare Asede, Rohingya Bade Aro ethnic community of color, civil society of color, group of color Arab Bishi close Korea Talukat Korea Taki, Ham Wati Goride Ase. In Bade Ara Ahon Fola Hoidin the La Exhibitiva Ase, to Bade Aro report of color Ara Nelai, public event of color Gori, the Bade government of color Hotahoy, Bodilla Aro Hota Ki Hode Hamokol Goride Ase.
Well, thank you for that question. And of course, you're exactly right that the risks are very serious for people who remain in Rakhine State. The decisions that were made around the exhibition really were around practical logistics. We were unable, Greg Constantine, the curator, was unable to travel to parts of Rakhine State to speak with people there. The Myanmar government has been restricting access, but he was able to go to the camps and speak with people there and could speak with people more freely and openly. So we made the decisions based on what was possible because of the access, and also telling the story of people who came from the village of Mongnu. We, of course, think that there needs to be more done to highlight the experiences of people who are still in Rakhine State and the ongoing risks that they face. It's just more difficult to access and speak with people and take photographs and the like.
One question, La Shukriya. Arayo buzi baro bash information call executive on mara dahai falle bash komo balo ebo hotte yan hali butoror maishor story kella nai hole ude kan hota ase de ki hole butore jaina bari de talla arar iba create gute de crack constant hode manush ibaye আর খানোর বুতরে যাইনা পারে দে তalla buli মানুষ le hota hoina pare story call দলাগুড়ি না পারে এতলা বলি আরা দিনা পারি দে তো আরা বুঝি দে বুদরে আছে দে মানুষ নেই আরো বেশি বেশি সাফারি নকল আর বেশি বেশি জলুমত আছে হদ্দে আনো আরা বুঝি না পারি দে ইয়ান স্টোরি কি আল্লাহ বলে হইতে হইলে অ্যাক্সেস নাই দে এতলা বলি হইতে যায়.
And wait, we did have one more question, and perhaps we just take this and wrap up, but it's a question from someone who wants to know if we have plans to share information about the Rohingya genocide and to share perhaps lessons from the case. And I just wanted people to know that shortly we will have available on our website some lesson plans for teachers. So teachers around the world can use the exhibition and can teach people about what has happened, so they can share the lessons of the genocide of the Rohingya with other people, with other students. If you also look at our website, there is general information, including what is genocide and some other cases that give some examples for people who are more interested in those educational pieces.
So sorry, people who are those. What was the last sentence? Sorry.
So people who are interested in more of the general educational materials, we have information on our website, like what is genocide, some other examples, just kind of general information for people who would want to share that with others, or people who are teachers or educators and want to share that information with their students.
So our Holocaust Museum or exhibition website हमारे general information call তোয়াই ফারিবা খালি রোহিঙ্গার বাবদে educate করি বললা lesson দিল্লা educate করি পারি বললা আরা lesson is that lesson plan or what was the name of the material document?
Yes, we are creating a lesson plan, which is formal for teachers, but it could also be used by others who want to teach about what has happened.
So এখন the center to কি করির হইলে lesson plan বা লেখিত lesson plan ইবারে স্কুল মারে মাস্টারক কল হইলে ওক আরো মাইছে রোহিঙ্গা জেনোসাইডের বাবদে এডুকেট করতে হইলে lesson plan ইবারে ইস্তেমাল করি ওরে পাবলিক করে হইলে ওক স্কুলের ফাইন্ডার হইলে ওক আরো বেশি করি ওরে কি হতে এডুকেট করি পারি বললা আরা ইয়া নেলার আর হোমাস পাদি বা নেলিয়াইলে স্কুলর মাস্টারক কলো আরো মানুষক কলে ইবারে তংপিউ করি ওরে দি রোহিঙ্গা জেনোসাইডের বাবদে পাবলিক করে এডুকেট করি যাই পারিব.
That's a good question, and please do share this with others. You can see on the website, on the exhibition itself, you can easily share bits of information on social media. You can share items on Facebook, for example, just by clicking on the Facebook icon next to the particular item. So please share this with others. We created this so that other people will be able to use it. So please use this, please share it. And yeah, we look forward to hearing from all of you about what the reactions are to all of this. We really appreciate that.
Information in our exhibit mara as this information বেকুনরে তোমারা ফেসবুক কলর সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া কল মারিও শেয়ার করি ফারিবা ইস্তেমাল করতে মহদ্দে ইন্দলা ইস্তেমাল করি ফারিবা যে দূর বেশ শেয়ার করি ফারো বেশি শেয়ার করি ফারো ইন আরো বালা কেল্লা হইলে আর মকসুদ এদে মানুষরে করি বললা এতলা তোরা তু জিন্দলা করি ইস্তেমাল করতে মহর ইন্দলা ইস্তেমাল করি ফারিবা
Well, thank you for the question. To answer, we encourage many people to become friends of the museum. We don't have an official membership program, but we do encourage people to stay in close contact with us. We would love to stay in contact with you and your colleagues and others, just to make sure that we are doing the best work that we can and to find ways to work together in the future. So I think informally, we would be very happy to keep these conversations going and to find ways to connect and to continue to work together in the future.
So, Rohingya hata the kiniguri hoidi to saile to our Holocaust Memorial Museum mare formal membership for the vanai mogor tora bekunole re ara taluka taibola bishi asha ase tora arare nitipite tora taluka rakifali ba sabte guri fariba tora tu lagi